delegation we have received this year.
Kenya is eyeing more Japanese investments after the largest delegation of the Asian country recently held a business seminar in Nairobi. The East African country is targeting a $32 billion commitment set aside for Africa.
We are particularly honored by our Japanese friends who have warmly embraced His Excellency's the President's invitation to visit Kenya. Kenya's relationship with Japan has remained robust and strong. Indeed, the visit by His Excellency the President to Japan in March and the subsequent engagement he held with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the business fraternity has significantly added fresh impetus to this relationship.
I'm confident, as those that spoke before me have said, that this forum will enhance our relations. It will provide members of our respective business communities with information and with an opportunity to establish contacts, to network, and to enhance commercial exchanges between our two countries, between our two business communities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Kenya occupies a special position in Japan's diplomatic relations with Africa. Nairobi hosts one of the largest Japanese communities in Africa and is the regional headquarters of all Japan's major agencies.
While Kenya-Japan relations date back to the 1960s, the East African country expects the forum to help tie in foreign investments on key flagship projects.
Kenya is a leading recipient of Japanese development assistance in sub-Saharan Africa. We salute JICA for the important role played in supporting our national development agenda. The government of Japan, through JICA, has been extending significant support for the development of our infrastructure, agriculture and food security, health and sanitation, education and training, and above all, our efforts at environmental conservation.
Japan is indeed committed to the promotion of trade and investment for the economic development of Kenya. Japan itself owes its present economic prosperity to the opportunities for growth provided by the post-World War II multilateral free trade system and domestic structural reform.
During the forum, it was also highlighted that Kenya is committed to boosting development rooted in trade.
Japan is deeply and actively committed to support the development of trade in African countries, based on the idea that it is extremely important for the countries to develop their capacity to export and thereby obtain their fair share of benefits of the free trade system. So, I sincerely hope this seminar will be a good opportunity to reach these goals.
Over the last decade, trade between Kenya and Japan has been on the increase. It has grown steadily from 229 million in 2000 to 1.5 billion in 2014. It's actually a very big jump, although it's still a drop in the ocean, but the jump was considerable. And even though the trade has been in favor of Japan, the potential is there to narrow that deficit and make it much smaller. And one of the ways in which this deficit can actually be addressed is through investments. So we're looking forward to major investments from Japan.
Meanwhile, as Kenya positions itself as a preferred investment destination in East and Central Africa, the country has received a major boost as it will host the 5th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, better known as TICAD.
That is indeed a memorable event between Kenya and Japan that will even tighten the already strong ties between our two countries. The last TICAD 5 had a great boost for Africa in the area of trade and investment. We therefore anticipate a lot of business favorite outcome with the next TICAD.
We are extremely humbled, we are grateful, we are honored, and we are delighted for the opportunity to host TICAD, the TICAD Summit here in Nairobi next year. And we're looking forward. We have already started getting ready for it. We are happy that that it's being held in Nairobi, the first time that it's held in Africa. And we expect it to be truly historic and truly an excellent opportunity for Africa and Japan to work together, to get together, and to get to know each other much better on African soil.
During the seminar, it was also established that Kenya is in talks with Japan for direct flights.
We are, for example, engaging with Japan on the subject of direct flights between Nairobi and Tokyo. This will help ease travel between our capitals, and without doubt, the introduction of direct flights will significantly boost trade, and it will also boost tourism between our two countries. I therefore wish to assure you that Kenya is a premier business destination in which we will help you to venture into.